Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 4, Zeeman effect. In this first video of chapter 4, I shall give you a brief introduction of Zeeman effect, and we shall also discuss about the actual experiment carried out by Zeeman and the demonstration of this Zeeman effect. So, Zeeman effect is one of the historical invention in the history of spectroscopy. So, what is actually this Zeeman effect? If you apply a very strong magnetic field, then it was observed that due to the strong magnetic field, the effect on spectrum was first of all discovered by Peter Zeeman in 1896. And what he observed that a single spectral line splits into three components. So when you apply a strong magnetic field across a source of light, then it was observed that whatever the initial fine structure, whatever the initial spectral line, so a single spectral line, it was observed to be splitted into three components. So out of these three components, one line has larger frequency and other has lower frequency than the original line. So whatever the original line in the spectra of that particular source, it will be splitted into three components. Out of these three components, one component will have higher frequency and one component will have lower frequency than the original line, and the third line is actually the same frequency of original line. So along with original line, there will be two more lines observed due to application of strong magnetic field, and out of these two lines, one will be higher, having higher frequency, and one will be having lower frequency, and they are symmetrically spaced from the original line. Symmetrically spaced means that the spectral difference in terms of wavelength or in terms of frequency, that is same on both sides from the original line. That means they are equally spaced in terms of frequency. For example, suppose d lambda is the wavelength difference between the original line and the two components, so it is same for both the lines. Or suppose d nu is the frequency difference between the original line and the two observed lines, then it is same for both the lines. So that is how one can say that they are symmetrically spaced from the original line. So overall we can say that Zeeman effect is magneto-optical phenomena. Magneto-optical phenomena means that the optical lines or optical spectra, it is affected by a strong magnetic field. Therefore, the effect of magnetic field on optical spectra, and this is what magneto-optical phenomenon. So in this phenomena, spectral lines are splitted into several components due to applied magnetic field. So this is the Zeeman effect. This is called as Zeeman effect, and this was discovered by Peter Zeeman in 1896. So this is a very important contribution in physics, and this theoretical explanation on the basis of classical laws of physics, that was first of all given by Lorentz, and later on in next video we are actually going to study the explanation given by Lorentz on the basis of classical laws of physics. And in this particular chapter we are also going to study some of the important aspects, how one can explain Zeeman effect on the basis of quantum physics, and also the Zeeman effect for a single valence electron system, and all that details also we are going to consider and discuss in this particular chapter. Okay, so similar effect, it was also studied by another scientist, Stark, and it is named as a Stark effect. So just like magnetic field can affect the spectra, then it was a idea that electric field may have certain kind of effect on the spectral lines, and it was first time studied by Stark in 1913. So it is named as Stark effect. So what is Stark effect? So the effect of electric field on spectral lines. So it is also observed that the electric field, strong electric field, also has impact on the spectral lines. So spectral lines will be splitted. Further, they will be having certain fine structure, additional fine structure, because of the strong electric field. And this is what the Stark effect. So both Zeeman effect and Stark effect. So Zeeman effect is due to magnetic field, application of magnetic field, and Stark effect is due to application of electric field. So both this magnetic field and electric field, they have a effect on the fine structure of the spectral lines. So further theoretical explanations to Zeeman effect we shall study in the next video. But before that, what was the actual experiment performed by Zeeman? If we first of all understand this particular experiment, they will then you will be very much introduced with the actual Zeeman effect and its details. One must first of all understand, and then it will be easy for us to learn about the theoretical explanations given by Lorentz on the basis of classical laws of physics. So let us see first of all the Zeeman effect and the experimental arrangement. So the kind of experiment that was performed by Zeeman and the what we call the actual observations taken by Zeeman. So let us see this particular diagram. Consider this diagram here and see the different components. So you can see here M. I have written here M. So there is a coil and a strong power supply is applied to the coil. So that forms a very strong electromagnet. That forms a very strong electromagnet. And you can see here there are conical pole pieces. You can see PP. They are conical pole pieces. So these strong electromagnets, they will magnetize these particular conical pole pieces, and they will form a strong magnetic field along this particular direction. They will form a strong magnetic field along this particular direction. But if you see the pole pieces, so they are centrally bored along this particular axis, along the axis of these pole pieces. There is a bore. Okay, so they are bored centrally along their axis, and in between these two pole pieces you can see L. So it is a lamp. So why we need lamp? Because the actual spectra, for example, if you want to observe the effect of magnetic field on sodium spectra, so we can use a sodium lamp. Or suppose you want to observe the effect of magnetic field on the spectra of mercury, then you can use a mercury source. So this is a source, you can say optical source or a lamp, and this lamp is placed here so that the light, so when this source emits a light, so that light has actually characteristics and it contains different wavelength. That means it is actually having a unique spectra, and that is a characteristics of that source. Sodium has different spectra, mercury has different spectra, cadmium source has different spectra, and so on. Okay, it is a characteristics of that particular element, just like a fingerprint. Every person has a different fingerprint. So every element, when you treat it as a source of light, and that particular source of light will have a unique spectra. It will having a set of specific spectral lines in it, and that is what the unique characteristics. Now, because of the strong magnetic field here, there will be effect on the spectra of this particular source of light, and in order to observe what is the effect, we need a certain instrument, and that is what here a constant deviation spectrometer S, you can see here. So S is a constant deviation spectrometer, and since the kind of effect that one can observe on the spectral lines because of magnetic field, it is a very fine difference. So one need a very high resolving power device. Okay, so a normal spectrometer cannot be used here. So a constant deviation spectrometer along with a high resolving power device such as Lumer-Gerg plate that is used along with this particular spectrometer. And nowadays the modified or additional components just like digital cameras, they are interfaced with computers so that directly the images can be captured on the screen of computer. Okay, so this is what the experimental setup for the Zeeman effect, the Zeeman effect and its experimental arrangement. Now let us discuss about the how to observe this particular Zeeman effect. Now Zeeman effect can be observed in two different directions. One is the longitudinal direction and another is a transverse direction. So parallel or in the direction of the magnetic field or perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. So this you can place this particular spectrometer either along the direction of magnetic field or in a transverse position, that means perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. So let us see what things one can observe here. So if you place the spectrometer which is parallel to the direction of magnetic field, that will be a longitudinal view, and what is observed is that the two lines appears when you observe through the spectrometer, and both of these lines, you can see this line and this line, okay, they are circularly polarized but in a opposite direction. So this arrow you can see I have shown in a opposite direction, okay. So it indicates that both the lines are circularly polarized and they are polarized in opposite direction. So this is what the longitudinal view. Now when you observe the longitudinal view, if you switch off the power supply of the electromagnet, suddenly these two lines will disappear and only central line will be observed. And once again, if you switch off the supply, what will happen? The central line means original line. Remember, this is the original line. Okay, this is the original line I have mentioned here. And during longitudinal view, original line will disappear and only the two lines will appear. So along the direction of magnetic field, the single line will be split into two lines. Original line will not be observed. The two lines which we observe here, they are circularly polarized but in opposite direction, you can see here, okay. So this is what the first kind of view one can see as a part of your Zeeman effect, okay. Then another view, as I have mentioned, that is a transverse view. So transverse view means you are placing your spectrometer or you are observing the spectra in a perpendicular direction to the direction of magnetic field. So what we observe is this particular spectra which we observe here, it contains three lines. So three lines, as I have mentioned here, a single line, it is splitted into three components, and therefore these three components, one can say that one is having slightly higher frequency than the original one and other is having slightly lower frequency than the original one. So the three components are original line, then one line having slightly higher frequency than the original line and one line having slightly lower frequency than the original line. So if you see, they are symmetrically placed. And this particular three lines, if you consider having certain difference in wavelength, so suppose the difference in wavelength from the original line, that of this line is d lambda, so same difference will be observed for other line also. So that is what the transverse view. Here. So all these particular three lines, they are plane polarized. So that is what the characteristic of this Zeeman effect when observed through the transverse view. Okay, now just I have mentioned here, both lines are circularly polarized in opposite direction, and here you can say all these three lines are plane polarized. And the one more important feature of this polarization is that the vibration of the central line, you can see this central line, so vibration of the central line are parallel to the magnetic field, whereas if you consider these outer two lines, two components of that we observe here, the vibrations of these two lines, they are perpendicular to the magnetic field. So that is one more important characteristics here in terms of polarization of these lines. Okay, so that is what the Zeeman effect, experimental arrangement of Zeeman effect, and how one can observe Zeeman effect in longitudinal direction, how one can observe Zeeman effect in transverse direction, and the features that of the lines, observed lines, that just I have mentioned here. Now the Zeeman effect, you can say there are two types. There are two types of Zeeman effect. So what are these types? One is called as normal Zeeman effect and another is called as anomalous Zeeman effect. So let us see first what is normal Zeeman effect. So the splitting of spectral line into three components in a magnetic field when viewed in a direction perpendicular to that of magnetic field, it is called as normal Zeeman effect. So just now whatever we have discussed, that was the normal Zeeman effect. So if you observe the spectra in a normal view, that means in a transverse view, and you see that the single line is split into three components, then that particular Zeeman effect is called as normal Zeeman effect. And the sources that shows this kind of effect are, for example, the calcium, copper, zinc, cadmium, etc. And the anomalous Zeeman effect, for example here, what is anomalous Zeeman effect? When a single spectral line is split into four or more lines when viewed in a direction perpendicular to that of the magnetic field, it is called as anomalous Zeeman effect. So a single line will be splitted more than three lines. So it is observed that some elements show that the lines are split into 4, 5, 8, 9, whatever it may be. So that depends upon the kind of source that you have used. And this anomalous Zeeman effect, actually it doesn't need very strong magnetic field. Even in a weak magnetic field, this anomalous Zeeman effect that can be observed. So this is just a brief introduction of the Zeeman effect. So what we have studied today is what is actually Zeeman effect, what is Stark effect, then what is the experimental arrangement of Zeeman effect, and what are the features of the lines observed in the two different views, that is longitudinal view and transverse view. And finally we have seen about the types of Zeeman effect, that is normal Zeeman effect and the anomalous Zeeman effect. So in the next video I shall tell you about the details, that means the actual theoretical explanations given by Lorentz according to the classical laws of physics, and we shall also discuss about the quantum mechanical explanation of the Zeeman effect. So anomalous Zeeman effect, as it can be seen here, it can be shown by the sources like sodium and chromium. Okay, so next time we shall discuss the theoretical explanation of the Zeeman effect.